There are the capybaras. They're back in their enclosure. And back in 2016, they had a couple of capybaras here. And they got the name Bonnie and Clyde because during a transfer, they escaped from their enclosure, and it took almost a month to get them both back. And I'm not sure if these two are the famous Bonnie and Clyde, because the capybara only has a 10-year lifespan, so these are quite possibly two new ones here. The High Park Zoo, located in one of the biggest parks in Toronto, opened up back in 1893. And this whole High Park, which is a public park in Toronto, one of our biggest, was donated by John George Howard, who was an architect engineer, and he actually built his own home, and it is known as Colburn Lodge. And the name Hyde Park came about from John Howard because he situated his house on top of a hill on the shoreline of the Humber Bay. And right now I'm entering the gates to the Toronto Zoo, which is free, and the hours vary, but generally it closes at dusk. And the Toronto Zoo has been around since 1893. And in the beginning, they only had an area for deer and birds. But now they have a number of animals at this free zoo in the city. And they do put a lot of effort into conservation in High Park. And most people who work for High Park Zoo are volunteers. I am here on December 28th. It is very mild out today. It is a balmy 7 degrees. And I am hoping to catch some of the animals in action. I'm not seeing anything in this area. There is a new yak habitat being prepared, so that's why I'm not seeing any yaks, yakety yak, in that area. And it appears as though they did set up some Christmas trees, and they are dismantling some of the decorations. What do we have here? And this High Park encompasses a little over 160 acres. And back in 1873, John George Howard donated the property to the city. And in his will, he indicated that he wanted High Park to be available to the public, folks who don't have access to the countryside, and he wanted it donated to the city forever. And that is what has happened since he passed away back in 1890. Look at that. Looks like a couple of babies born in the spring. Oh, so precious. And these are the, forgive me for my pronunciation, the Mouflon sheep. And it is thought to be one of the two ancestors for all modern sheep breeds. And as you walk along the Toronto Zoo, they do have little posters along the fences that give you some information with regards to the animals you are looking at. There we got a peacock all the way at the back of this cage here. Let's see if I can get him. I don't know. He's really back there. And the peacock is always a very popular species here because it is so colorful. The peafowl are forest birds that nest on the ground but prefer to roost in trees, flying up onto the branches. And again, another poster giving you some information on the peacock, one of the most beautiful species here at the High Park Zoo. He doesn't want to open up his feathers today. And this whole path here has trees along it. Very pretty. Let's see what it says here. Friends of High Park Zoo holiday trees. So I guess people make donations such that they could decorate a tree. Oh, that is so cute. Got a llama there. Oh, is that ever cute? So it looks like a couple of the cages don't have anything in them. Animals are off display in this enclosure to allow for pasture regeneration. I wonder where they stick the animals. They must have an indoor or an area where they keep the animals while they are fixing up the enclosures. We have more sheep here. Let's see. There is a tiny bit of snow today, but man, it is warm out. Ooh, we got somebody here. I know I'm a city girl, so I don't get to see these beautiful creatures generally. So I am so happy that we have a free zoo in the city that city dwellers like us can come to and see these beautiful creatures who are having a bit of a lunch break there. Got another tree there. And right in this enclosure, we have a bison. And they are the largest land mammal in North America. Don't know much about bisons. It looks like it's feeding time for the animals here. Now, back a few years ago, a couple of animals escaped from their enclosure, and they were found in High Park and put back in their enclosure. What do we have over here? That is a big animal we have over here. I don't really know my species as well as I should. And again, when you do come to visit High Park Zoo or any zoo, they recommend that you do not feed the animals. Looks like a little baby one over there. Oh, so precious. And it is a very pleasant walk here at the High Park Zoo. And if you want to come to the High Park Zoo, it's just a matter of getting off at High Park subway station or Bloor Street. And that there is the Highland cattle. Let's go over here. And the High Park Zoo is actually, oh, I hate when I step in mud. The High Park Zoo is one of the oldest animal displays in Canada. And you're definitely going to see more of the animals if you come in the warmer months like spring or summer, but you're also going to encounter more people in the High Park Zoo during those months. There we go. There's the yak. I guess they've parked him over here while his enclosure is being renovated. And there is one of my favorite species at the Toronto Zoo. Just across the way. Their facial expressions just kill me sometimes. And across the way here, we have the emu. And they are the second largest flightless bird in the world. Again, I'm reading off the posters that they have on the outside of the enclosures. And it is the second largest flightless bird in the world next to the ostrich. And they travel really fast. They can sprint at 50 kilometers per hour. Damn, that's fast. Get a bit closer to the emu here. It looks like there's another emu on the other side of the fence that he's nicking at, so. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. They always kill me the way they move and their facial expression. Buddy. Buddy. I just love this one. He's like nipping away at his partner in crime across the fence there. You can't see him, but he's behind the fence. I'll leave him be. And the High Park Zoo does run on donations from the public and sponsors. And on the weekends, High Park Zoo does not allow traffic. So as you are entering the park on the weekends, you will be able to walk along the road or the sidewalks. And in the High Park Zoo, no traffic is allowed ever. So you're free to roam without any concern for vehicles. Let's see what's over here. And it doesn't take very long to walk through High Park Zoo and see. So right at the end of the High Park Zoo, you can make a donation in the box there to help them out with their conservation efforts, as well as taking care of the animals here. And what do we got here? I think it is the llama. Always a fan favorite at the zoo. They are very interactive. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh. You shouldn't feed him a peanut.
Can I get more? Can I get more?
And so these people here did not read the sign of not feeding the animals.
Hi there.
Oh, well.
I know there's more animals. Well done.
And we've got more llamas here. I wouldn't feel so confident as to put my finger in there. There's a bunch of them here today. Hey, how's it going, buddy? He's like, if you don't got nothing for me to eat, you better bugger off. Oh, look at that. Feeding him another peanut. God help her.
You want more? Say yeah.
And let's walk to the end of this park here.
Here's the big one. Here, there's the big one.
And there you have it, guys. There's another llama. See, they're on a restrictive diet at the High Park Zoo, such that it's strongly encouraged not to feed them, but some folks just don't get the memo. And there you have it, guys. The High Park Zoo, the oldest animal display in Canada. One of my favorite free spots in the city. And if you don't have an opportunity to see these animals, come down to the High Park Zoo. What a great little spot. And so there you have it, guys. The High Park Zoo. Just a great walk here. Thanks for watching, everybody.